Welcome to the Whiteline's real-time reviews, where the recipe is simple. You take one ride up, take one snowboard, and when they're done, judgment comes from the clipboard of power. The West La Hache 156. It's in its 8th season. It's had a total redesign, a little bit wider, change of nose and tail shape, beautiful understated graphics. The price tag is 750 Swiss francs, one of the most expensive boards on the market, and it's in one of the most competitive areas, the all-mountain category. Can it possibly live up to that price tag? Steffi Stratton's about to find out.
All right. Let's give this thing a whirl. The West 156 La Hache. It looks beautiful and simple and clean. There's a little bit of camber under the feet, a little bit of rocker outside of the feet. Apparently it's fancy. We'll feel that out in a minute. Feels nice and light. Actually super light. I'll give him that. All right, easy breezy. All right, woo! Way out. Oh. Very nice and smooth. Runs good. Oh. Woo! A little bit rolly, although very smooth. It feels nice. Probably lacking a little bit of pop. That's because of the rocker, I reckon. But what do I know? Whee! Oh, it's super light under the feet. Alright, what is it like in crud? Ah! Bumpy. Smooth through the bump. Not super rigid. But softer for sure. This is what I'm used to. Oh. Ollie up. Whoa! Woo! All right, the West La Hache. First run, 156. This thing is a Swiss-made, very smooth piece of engineering. Just started doing some turns. The turns are smooth, the flex is incredibly smooth, which I really liked. It's super light on the foot, super light swing weight, even though I hadn't even spun with it yet. You could just tell that it's just super crisp on the foot. It's a 156, perfect kind of size for me. I usually ride a 155, 156, sort of 157, so it is right in my range. Has a bit of that sort of camber on the foot. I'm not really feeling how much camber. It feels like there's almost no camber under there, almost feels flat on the foot, but apparently it's there. And then a bit of rocker outside the feet, and I definitely can feel that. Really fun in the slush. Which is awesome, and just kind of lacked a bit of pop, probably because of that rocker as well. Super smooth flex when you do pop, but just takes a bit more. It's not springing back to that traditional camber sort of feel. So yeah, that super nice progressive flex, all of that sort of stuff going on. Really lovely, enjoyable feel to it, but we need to see if this thing holds up everywhere else, so we'll just take it for a run through the park and see what else it does. But yeah, so far so good. Woo, look at that! Smooth as butter. Kind of slushy butter. Oh, it's so fluid. Ow. And it's fast out of the wrapper. Not on that slush, it's not. Woo. All right. Yeah, it's there. Oh, all right. That's nice. Man, this thing is so smooth. Very silky. Yeah, it feels good. Easy to press. La na na da 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 da. Oh yeah. Woohoo. Wow. Whoa. My bad. Ha! All right. Pretty nice out though. Ooh. Oh, it's so nice and smooth. Can't get over it. Wow.
The West La Hache. Price tag is 750 Swiss francs. This is a Rolls Royce or a Bentley of a snowboard. Could it possibly live up to that price tag, Steph?
Well, took it out for a ride and I can't really fault it when it comes to quality of design, quality of feel and flex and things like that. It is a smooth operator. It's absolutely silky when you start riding it.
I quote, "It's just smooth. It's phenomenal."
It's pretty much how I felt when I rode it. It's very hard to fault it for what it is and what the design is. You know, the rocker's there, so that's something that you've got to take into account. So if you like a little bit of rocker but still want a bit of camber on the foot, this thing is silky smooth. It's pretty amazing actually. I was thoroughly surprised by the quality of the detail, or almost the lack of having to feel anything because everything was just happening so smoothly.
He started talking in this mystical, enigmatic way after he'd used the board, and I couldn't put my finger on it, so I actually bindinged it up and rode behind the boys while they were filming some of the other boards. And it has a subconscious quality to it, doesn't it? Where you're not asking it to do stuff, it's just doing it.
It's just doing it smoothly, precisely. It still has precision, and it's got response, but it doesn't have any catchiness to it.
I'm fascinated. This is probably the most competitive board category in snowboarding. As to quote West, they say, reliable all-mountain boards that stand strong under your feet. There are so many all-mountain boards out there. Why are you going to pay 750 francs for this one?
That's a very good question, because if you can afford a board like that, at the same time you might even have one or two boards, so you might have a bit of a quiver, but at the same time, this thing, if you like a little bit of rocker, and you want to hit every part of the mountain, or you just like one part of the mountain, doesn't really matter. This thing actually does it all quite smoothly, and I can't really fault it in that way at all. I would say maybe high speed, chatter, kind of, icy day, there is a little bit of, that rocker might not help at the bottom of a really steep high speed kind of line, but if it's deep enough in power, you'd be sweet. But
we come back again. What you gain in deep snow with the rocker, you lose on icy hard pack snow.
Yeah, and that's where that camber in the middle of, if you're centered out of your line, you'll be sweet.
I think as well, it's important to say you picked this up and you were instantly in love with the weight. It's very light.
This thing is ridiculously light, and sometimes light feels flimsy, but this light, as soon as you got it under your feet, was not flimsy at all. It was light and delicate.
Okay, I think the judgment has been passed. If you like the finer things in life, fantastic tequila, caviar and snowboards, the West La Hache could be for you.